Hey, I am on day 12 of day 60. I feel much better today than I did yesterday. I have been doing, I kind of don't really know if it's something I should have been doing in hindsight, looking at some of the other videos. I do like banana, and you can't juice banana. So I've been making some, like my fruit in the morning. I have like three computers in front of me, sorry. Um, I've been making in the morning my fruit in a Vitamix blender, and I basically have just been throwing all the fruit in there and blending it up and then doing it that way. Today I did something different in the sense that I went ahead and juiced like my oranges and everything, and the only thing I added was the coconut water and the banana in the Vitamix blender, and then just poured my juice that I'd made in the juicer directly into the Vitamix blender and did that. It tasted really good. Um, I mean, I don't notice that I felt any different or had any more energy. I'm drinking my apple, beet, and carrot now. I did start making these big jars. Um, the Life Regenerator, I think is his name. There's a guy on here, tons of recipes, tons of good information, and I'm sure all of you have done that where you sit and scour and figure out who you like and who you don't, and who's saying things that appeal to you and who don't. But anyway, he has a ton of good recipes, and he was saying that he makes 2 days worth of juice at a time. Maybe my palate has become so attuned, to the vegetables in the juice. I personally find I tried to make it 48 hours, and if I were in a pinch for time, maybe I would. But I personally am noticing that I can actually taste a difference between when I make it and drink it right then, and even when I make it and drink it at 6. Um, so I'm trying to juice a day's worth of juice in the morning, and then that's it. I'm sure all of you have noticed there's there's a big cleanup process in all this, and that's one of my biggest things I've been trying to do is kind of just to cut down on when you're juicing, and then not only you're juicing, but you're cooking for your husband, you're cooking for your kids, and you're cooking, you're cleaning up after everybody, and then with me, I'm running the business, and all these different things going on. That's why I've been making a day's worth of juice at a time so that I can get that cleanup done and then not deal with it again today. But I've been using these big, it's just the big pickling jars. And like today, I made half of a jar of the beet, carrot, and apple. Then I made one full jar of the green juice, the mean green or whatever people call it. And then I made this morning the fruit kind of smoothie juice, and that made one jar. So that should last me today. Energy's feeling good. Overall, feel good. I am noticing I tend to be a huge procrastinator, which is such an issue for me. And I'm definitely that I'll get it done tomorrow girl. I've kind of noticed recently that I'm being a little bit more motivated. Like with me, the lab I use, I actually pay extra so that they ship everything directly to my clients so I don't deal with it. Because if you left it up to me, I would never mail it. So it's certainly something I know about myself. But I guess I've just noticed the past few days I'm a little bit more self-motivated. Like I'm doing things that I don't necessarily need to be doing. And I'm normally that girl who's going to be like, okay, the due date for this is this day. I'll start X amount of days before. So that's good. I'm kind of staying on top of things. I am starting to find, I definitely think dinner is the hardest time for me. I homeschool one of my kids, so I make him lunch every day. Doesn't really affect me. But man, that dinner, it kills you. I mean, I'm just I'm not dying, but at the same time, I do find that that's the time of day that I'm kind of battling it a little bit. So what I'm trying to do is drink my juice. I'd read somewhere once a long time ago that one of the reasons people overeat is because it actually takes your mind, stomach, whatever, 20 minutes to recognize that it's eaten and it's full. So if you continue to eat too much, you're not going to feel full. Then you go from feeling like you weren't full to just you're going to die because you're too stuffed. So what I started doing is trying to drink my juice about 25 minutes before I even start dinner. So I feel satisfied. I've done that the last 2 nights, and I think it's helping a little bit. And then I'm making sure there's it's 2 ladies that are on here. I've noticed one of them is always drinking a hot cup of lemon water, and I'm like, That's gross. Why would you do that? Well, I have to tell you, maybe for lack of not having tea or coffee or all these other things, I did start doing that, and actually it's pretty good. And it does kind of make you feel like you're getting something warm. So been doing that at dinner time, making it through it pretty good. Trying to pick up, I did not exercise at all this weekend. I'm not even going to lie. Too much going on. So I'm going to try to pick that back up again today. And I think I have a goal in my head. I might be going past 60. I'm Catholic, and so, we have like our big Lent season, and now, we're going toward Holy Week, and, just all of this stuff going on. I kind of am thinking about trying to continue it through Easter. We'll see how that goes, but that right now mentally is my goal that I think I'm going to be trying to do. So we shall see. Other than that, things are doing pretty good, feeling pretty good. I'm trucking along. I mean, honestly, in the beginning, if you had told me that I'd be sitting here on day 12, and I'd tell you you're crazy. And I actually have, I don't know if y'all do this, I have a little calendar. I keep this on me. I'm very visual by nature, so it seems stupid, but the actual marking through the day, seems to kind of be doing something for me. It's like that little visual reminder of accomplishment. You know what I mean? Like I'm sitting here and I'm crossing through the days as I go. And I think that's really helping me. It sounds silly, but like I wrote on the 9th of January, no Coke. So like if I look at it now, I have not had a Coke or any form of soda or anything to drink actually other than water since January 9th. That in itself is bizarre to me. Without the headaches, without anything. This is actually, I took this month off from weddings, so I have no weddings in the month of February, which is amazing. One of the reasons why I wanted to kind of start juicing at this time is I made it through, as you can see on my little calendar. There's a wedding right there. I had that wedding, I was super hesitant. I was like, how am I going to make it through a wedding, doing just this juice? And you have to understand, like the weddings I do, they're big, fancy weddings, and there's cake, and there's food, and there's just stuff everywhere, and everything smells good. So honestly, I'm normally so busy, I have it written in my contract where I get, I think it's like a 30-minute break and a meal. I typically often don't even take it because I'm so busy and, doing what's going on. But I think that's one of the things that kind of propelled me to always get fast food on my way home. Because you spend 4 hours at the reception smelling all this food, and so then you get in the car to go home and you're like, Taco Bell, or whatever you happen to pass. So I remember going into that wedding super apprehensive and thinking, am I going to be able to make it through it? And if you look back on one of my videos, I think I'd posted a video afterwards, and what I had done is I just took my juice with me in a little cooler and took water, made sure I stayed hydrated, drinking enough. When I have little moments of being like, I ran in the corner, drank some of my juice, put it back in the cooler, went back to work. Made it through that fine. But that was my last one. So my goal is I keep hearing everybody saying that 21 days or, whatever, you can reset these habits and reset your taste buds and your palate and all this stuff. So that's actually, I'm looking at the month of February where I have a few bridals and stuff, but not a lot going on. I'm really trying to kind of look at that month of focusing on really getting a handle on this and kind of perfecting it in the sense that, I know what I'm making. Like, it's funny, today I noticed that I've apparently figured out the ratio of apples and everything to where I can get exactly to the top of one jar, and stuff like that. Just getting a handle on it and it becoming easier and becoming habit, and again, y'all, I just want to speak to anyone who's listening who thinks they can't do this. It's so life-changing. And I was in line today. My son goes to a private school, and there's a line where you basically pull up and you get the kids out of the car. Well, it's at night, it's teachers. In the morning, it's volunteer and it's parents. The teachers can get ready for their day. So Wednesday is my day. So every Wednesday I'm in line, I'm helping kids get out of the car, helping kids get out of the car. And I had 2 or 3 moms roll the window down this morning and were like, are you losing weight? You look smaller. You look great. And I was like, okay, thank you. But then that wasn't the big deal. The big deal was we have an amazing music teacher. Really beautiful lady. She's tiny, looks fit and everything. Well, I heard them talking and apparently she has diabetes, and she's been very sick the last week and out of school. And it was her father talking to Dr. Richard, our principal, and I kind of heard it, and I was listening, and I immediately was thinking, why isn't she juicing? You know? And so it was funny to me that I'm already kind of ingraining that mental connection of this being medication, this being health, this being a way for you to hold on to vitality and feeling good, and warding off sickness and all of these things. And so afterwards, you know, I think that's one thing that is neat to do, is to journal and to reflect and to see the changes as they come, because I certainly would never have had that thought before. I'd have been like, oh, poor thing, go to the doctor, you know. But I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. I have a great doctor. But I'm just saying I'm noticing changes in me. And I think I told y'all yesterday, I had a horrible day yesterday. And I mean, y'all, I was on my way to Whataburger. On the way, headed there, was going to do it. And I just stopped myself, you know. And that in itself, for me, was like, wow, you know, I really am becoming a different person. Not a different person in the sense that I'm not me, but definitely different, you know, priorities. And my goal here is to be healthy and to be here as long as I can for my two boys. And, you know, this is the start, and it's the beginning, and I feel really good about it. So anyway, great day today. I appreciate the people that are watching. Like I said, I'm enjoying watching everyone else's videos. There's two people, like I said, there's different people on here, but there's Fit Life TV and Life Regenerator. Those two guys, especially Life Regenerator, I'm actually, you know, making a donation. He's got like a link, I think, to where maybe he does this as a business. I'm not certain. But just that one man. And I get, when you're coming from a normal person standpoint, some of these people can feel a little nutty. No offense, you can kind of be like, what did he say? That's crazy. But I think he's a healthy balance of maybe having some extreme ideas, which ironically aren't feeling that extreme to me here lately. So anyway, and giving really good information. And so I've truly enjoyed that. So my cell phone's going off. I have a client coming here today, so I think that's probably her texting me. So I'm going to cut this short. Not that it was short. Anyway, God bless all of you. Hope you have a great day and continue juicing.